After getting shows like The Last of Us from Max and Fallout from Amazon Prime, we have learned that live action adaptations can truly be wonderful if given the love, time, and attention that they so rightfully deserve. Hello, what's up and welcome everyone. My name is Miss Quinn and I'm looking forward to more of these live action adaptations. First and foremost, let's get out of the way that Borderlands has been getting so much attention, but not in the best way. Everyone is saying that the movie was a huge flop, and honestly, by a lot of the reactions I'm reading and a lot of the clips that I am seeing, they are not wrong. Like, you have a lot of good actors in this movie. You have Kevin Hart and Jack Black, who are very good in comedy movies. They also have the most amazing actress, Jamie Lee Curtis, which, yes, is totally my biased opinion. The Halloween movies, Freaky Friday, Christmas with the Cranks, and the movie House Arrest were all such great movies that Jamie Lee Curtis was in. Again, however, I'm pretty biased when it comes to her. Aside from Borderlands, we have also had some very questionable movie and show adaptations that honestly we wondered how the fuck that even came to be. We had that sad Dragon Ball Z movie adaptation and also that Avatar: The Last Airbender movie that, again, a lot of people just won't talk about, but now we have seen the light for various shows. But unfortunately, Borderlands was the most recent movie that just showed there's a lot of movie adaptations of video games that shouldn't be adapted into film. Being a big fan of The Last of Us games, and trust me, I am a big fan, I even got myself a tattoo. Anyway, I was very skeptical on how the show on Max was going to be. I was so scared they were going to butcher it so much like they did with the Avatar: The Last Airbender. I have even multiple episodes on my podcast where me and my co-host at the time were talking about how much we liked the show, what episodes we liked, and what episodes we didn't like. Yes, we even ranked them and said, oh, this is my favorite, like your favorite to last, and yada yada yada. But honestly, one of the shows, like one of the episodes that she didn't like was more of a filler, and that happened to be one episode that I did like. But it was a great adaptation overall, even though I really don't like a lot of things that they did change within the movie, like the whole, oh, if you step on like a fungus or whatever, all of them feel it, the whole hive thing. I was iffy about that, but I do understand where they were coming from. It was a choice. Also, having having a certain zombie like kiss another human, I didn't understand that part. Okay, there's just some things that I just did not understand, but overall it was a really good adaptation of it. Season 2 of The Last of Us is reportedly set to come out of March or April of next year in 2025. There's already a lot of cast confirmations, like Tati Gabrielle playing Nora, and for those of you who don't know where she's from, she was actually in the 3rd and 4th season of the show You, as well as playing as Prudence from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I really did like her. She is a good actress. I feel like she would, fit well into the show, and it's just something I'm looking forward to seeing on myself. But again, it depends on how they write each character. Caitlin Dever will also be playing as Abby, and honestly, I do like their picks for a lot of these, but I'm just a bit iffy on some of the choices. But, it's up in the air right now. I feel like anything is possible with this show, and it's something that I just cannot wait. I am anxious to be looking at this, to be just, I just love this. I love this game franchise, and the first season was phenomenal. Again, with some of the choices that they made, I didn't quite like it. I didn't understand why they made some of the choices, but whatever. My only concern with season 2 is the certain scenes that they have. If you played it, you know what I mean. Like for example, Mr. Two Pump Chump and the weed scene with Dina and Ellie. And we all know that one scene that is going to rip my heart out, considering that I cried on stream because of it. It was very, very hard for me, everybody. Now, Fallout is another example of a great live adaptation and was received extremely well. And that is another show live adaptation that is set to have their second season. And honestly, rightfully so, considering that if you have a franchise that is that beloved like Fallout, and the season that you came out with inspired people to replay Fallout, I think that is an amazing sign that you have just created something phenomenal. And everybody literally should take notes. The directors that made Borderlands should have taken notes from Fallout, considering that I wouldn't say it's relatively the same thing, but it's still like an apocalyptic style game. And the fact that you fumbled the bag so hard when you had all these good actors it's just baffling to me. Jamie Lee Curtis was done dirty, like so was Jack Black. Like, he didn't seem to have passion in it whatsoever. Now comes the movie that I'm most looking forward to, and that's Until Dawn. For those of you who don't know, I have played that on this channel before, and I have a whole playlist. If you want to check that out and go back into my old gameplays, you can. That's always an option, but you don't have to. Anyway, this movie is going to be directed by David F. Sandberg, who I hope I pronounced correctly. Anyway, he has a history with directing horror movies, and he's also directed the movie Shazam, which unfortunately I haven't seen. I'm not really that into watching superhero movies. I do watch a lot of them sometimes, but would I go seek it out and be like, I need to see this movie? Not really. I usually go based off recommendations when it comes to superhero movies. And since I really haven't been recommended this movie quite a bit, so I just never really watched it, if that makes sense. Not only that, he is also working again with Gary Doberman, which again, I hope I pronounce his name correctly. Anyway, he was the screenwriter to It, Annabelle, and The Nun. The characters we played in the game, however, of Until Dawn won't be the actors that will end up being in the movie, but they have hired a lot of rising stars from what they said, so we'll see how that ends up. I don't know what histories they do have when it comes to acting. I will look more into them as a whole because I am interested in seeing this movie. I do want to see a horror movie. I heckin' love horror movies. Filming has begun with this game, but yet we still don't know who's playing who. Hopefully we get more information on this soon, but obviously this movie probably won't be coming out until next year. Hopefully it'll have an October release, that way so we can get something spooky for the spooky season. My only hope is that this movie doesn't end up being like Dragon Ball Z, that this doesn't end up being like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Borderlands for that sake, because I feel like it's a very good idea that you're having two guys that have a history in working with horror and all of that and have worked together before, so they might create something fantastic. If they change things, which obviously they more than likely will, I hope it's really good changes and not changes that make us scratch our heads and wonder why the heck they did that. A little side note, I do want to know who plays Mike because he's such a douche. Like, he even tries to get Jessica to get, in her birthday suit, which I'm not gonna lie, I did try to do that in my playthrough. So technically, I was the perv. Anyway, guys, that is it for me today. I am sorry about this. I am currently working on 2 videos because I am streaming Ocarina of Time, so I have to play it and finish it and do a deep dive video on that because I really do want to do that. And I'm also working on 2 more videos for you guys, but they are game reviews, so I will be taking my time with those. If you have want me to talk about anything, please let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know what live action adaptation did you just seriously hate? Which one was not your bread and butter? And tell me which show you actually did like that was a decent adaptation for you. Alright guys, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching my video, and thank you for helping me reach 500 subscribers. You guys are amazing, and I never thought that I would even hit that. And yes, every time I record I'm anxious, but it's okay because I'm here and I'm awesome, and I don't know why I'm still recording. Okay, bye.